LeBron James. Guys, we're back. And I am the FM guru, the one-stop shop for all your farmers market needs. If you guys have any questions and you want to ask me specifically, hit the description and we could do a 1 hour consultation. If you have any type of regular questions, you can hit me in the comment section and I'll be sure to get to those. I have yet to have my second comment. I had my first one. Shout out to that guy who gave me my first comment. But today we are going to be talking about 5 things that I wish I knew at the farmer's market. And bro, we're just gonna get down to the nitty gritty of it, right? So today we're drinking the cinnamon cardamom herbal cider. I'm gonna make some soon, but just not right now. I'm just gonna record this video. It's so good, guys. You just add it to a cup and fill it with water or milk and makes his own drink. But these are some things that I wish I knew. So something I wish I knew before selling at farmers markets is that you can literally make a whole living off the 2 days of selling at a farmer's market. You can make a whole living off of 2 days selling at the farmer's market. Me personally, I know people who make more than doctors selling at a farmer's market. If doctors make 100K a year, I probably know people who make 200K a year. I know people who make more than 100K selling at farmers markets. Let's just say that. And it's a lot. It's just not a few. So it's not just a side hustle. Like if you're consistent, you could really build a customer base of consistent people. And once you have one market, you can really expand it to different markets. So it's like having a store, but you don't need to have all the expenses a store comes with as far as the rent, the lighting, the electricity, and you don't have to deal with the slow hours of a store where you still have to pay rent even if people aren't buying. So yeah, man, I know people who they hired employees and stuff and they've had 3 employees at different markets. I've had that at one point, but I will get into the reason as why I'm trying to refrain and I'm not trying to have as many employees working at farmers markets. I'll tell you guys that why later on. And the next reason is like a counteracting point to the first reason. Something I wish I would have knew at farmers markets before I started is the days that it rains, the days that it's hot, the day that it's bad weather, you're going to be making significantly less money. So normally I'm an optimistic person. So I'm coming in thinking that, ooh, if I made this amount on my best day, I can replicate that and make that same amount every day. But no, that's not how it works. Each day is different. You'll make a ballpark of a range of this is my lower side of what I'm going to make versus this is my higher side of what I'm going to make. That is a range that you're going to take with you in every market, so you know, okay, I can make anywhere between these numbers. You really don't want to just go in thinking that you're going to have your best. You want to have an optimistic view, but just think weather, and especially the thing about the weather is if it rains hard or if it thunders, the market's getting canceled. So something I used to do is say, okay, you know what, if I made this amount, X amount, let's say I made 1,000 this day, I'm gonna make at least 1,000 for the rest of the days. That's not always how it works. Something else someone did not tell me before I started working at markets is that not every market is for your product. So when I first started working at farmers markets, I just assumed that, okay, if I go to this other market, because it has more people, I'll make more sales. But the thing about my market, the cider that I sell, it's perfect for the morning before people go and eat, because people, my product lasts and it basically accelerates off of the fact that I give out samples. But if someone ate, here's the thing about samples, right? If someone ate lunch before they ate that sample, they're way less likely to buy or even sample and then buy your product. So that is one of the crucial things I wish I would have known, because I wouldn't have done all these 8-hour markets that are the whole entire day, because even with those markets, some other people struggle, because if you go to an 8-hour market, most people get their farmers market stuff done in the morning because that's like a morning activity. But with the 8-hour markets, 2, 3, 4, that's when the markets are dead. and nobody's there. But sometimes in fall, the market would be booming the whole day. So I've been in situations like that too. But yeah, I used to think that if I took my product to the state fair as well, that I would do. No, people at state fair, they're just trying to get corn dogs. They're just trying to get turkey legs, funnel cakes. They're not really trying to try tea and learn about tea. They're trying to go on the Ferris wheel and have fun. So that is another thing. Different strokes to different folks. The next thing that I learned is that the most important thing at a farmer's market is that I do is to stand while I'm talking to a customer. Because think about it, right? If you're sitting down and there is a customer and you're on your phone, their natural inclination is gonna be, oh, they're on their phone, they're busy, I'm not gonna disturb them. Whereas if you're standing on your feet and you're offering them samples, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, he seems like a nice guy. I'll take a sample, like it's a free sample. Then when you explain what it is and what it does and they like the taste, they're way more likely to buy it versus if they just saw you over there sitting on your phone, just not being interactive. So talk to every customer. It's not about being pushy, it's about being human. That's what it's about. The next thing is the most important thing that wish I knew literally starting off. This is the number one most important thing is you do not want to stay at farmers markets the whole rest of your life. You want to use what you've learned at farmers markets. You want to use your client base and you want to take that and transition it online. So I talk to people all the time about this and they're older, so I don't think they really grasp the power of the internet. Guys, I'm gonna talk to you guys like I'm talking to the people at the market who struggle with this concept. Guys, if you promote something on Instagram, you're literally promoting it to a countless amount of people. You're finite at the market every weekend. Like I just said, there might be weekends where the weather's bad, people don't feel like coming out, especially in the summer. And then there's just weekends where you're asking everyone if they want to sample, they just don't want to try anything. There's just weekends where most people just don't want to buy anything and you have to really hustle to get your bread. And you do not want to keep doing that, especially if you work at a market full time. You just don't want to have your fates be in something that could be very whimsical. For example, whimsical in the fact that I've also been kicked out of a market before, not because of anything bad, it's because they were downsizing, changing it into an apartment. So if I had a family and I got kicked out the market and that was my only market, it was groovy because I had another market that I was going to anyway and I was doing better at that market anyway. But if I had a family and they were all depending on me and I just got kicked out that market, I'm absolutely throttled. So you need to focus on, when you do well at the market, transitioning all those customers to online and telling them that you're online and giving them cards and making sure your cards are legible and they have all the information on it. Also use Facebook ads, Instagram ads to push your product online. You just want to get out of the farmer's market. I say spend a good 2 to 3 or 4 years there. Then by the time you've done everything you needed to do, then you need to focus on how you can ship. While this is going on, focus on how you can ship all your products online. You just have to, man, because the times are just different, man. People buy online and everyone's on their phone all the time. And it's crazy because some people have never heard of farmers markets before. I did not know what a farmers market was until I saw a sign one day and then I just started working at one. So there's like a huge chunk of people that don't even go to farmers markets. So you really just need to go online. That's really all I have for this video. But yeah, if you guys have any questions on anything, if you guys are struggling finding the equipment, struggling with anything, hit my comment section and hit my description. We could talk about it, we could chat, and I'll give you the step by step. But thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have any questions, you already know what to do. It's your boy, the FM Guru, and I'm signing off. Until the next video. Thank y'all for watching.